The interim government in Bangladesh, led by Muhammad Yunus, is under tremendous pressure to deliver on its promises. The GDP growth in the last financial year has fallen to a meager 3.3%, a far cry from the 7% growth it was achieving under the Sheikh Hasina government. In fact, last year's GDP growth in Bangladesh is the lowest in the last 20 years. Ironically, Sheikh Hasina was in power in Bangladesh for 15 years out of these 20 years, showcasing how good she had been for the country's economy. And falling GDP is not the only bad news for the interim government of Muhammad Yunus. The foreign investment has also fallen by 70% in the first half of 2025 as compared to 2024. And to make matters worse, government's own data shows that unemployment is steadily rising under the current government. It should be noted that the democratically elected Sheikh Hasina government was overthrown by a so-called students' movement last year. After Hasina had to flee Bangladesh fearing for her life, Muhammad Yunus was appointed to take charge as the head of the caretaker interim government. Sheikh Hasina, in her statements, had accused America of orchestrating the coup as it wanted the St. Martin's Island with Bangladesh, which Sheikh Hasina had refused. Muhammad Yunus, a Nobel laureate who is also considered as being very close to the then President Joe Biden and former President Barack Obama, was made the interim head of the government, raising further suspicions on who was behind the ouster of Sheikh Hasina. Meanwhile, economists and industry insiders have raised concerns that the economy will face long-term instability without urgent reforms. The World Bank had cautioned Bangladesh that an additional 3 million people will fall into poverty by the end of this year. Industrial police data of the Bangladesh government has shown that nearly 100 factories in Gazipur, Narayanganj, Narsingdi, and Savardhamrai have permanently shut down, leaving more than 60,000 people unemployed. Cash flow has continued to decline in factories that are still operational. Adding to the woes of the factories is energy crisis, shortage in fuel supply, and limited banking finance. It should be noted that Bangladesh still owes $500 million to Adani Power, the biggest power supplier to Bangladesh. Not long ago, Bangladesh owed a total of $2 billion to Adani Power. Incidentally, many investors loyal to Sheikh Hasina are now either imprisoned or have gone into hiding or fled the country, fearing persecution from the current Yunus-led government. When production drops, the economy suffers directly, and that is what we are currently seeing in Bangladesh. Many factories have halved their production owing to gas shortages. To address these shortages, the Energy Division is planning to increase LNG imports. But ignoring the domestic industry and relying on imports is only going to deepen the ongoing crisis.